Welcome back, Salty Fam. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. So today we're going to get into Sky from the Valley Persian style, her jewelry line, and her spot just in general on the show.
Yeah, how she's come out so far from what we've
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah. So she is a fine jewelry designer, as we've seen this last episode.
Yeah.
Her best friend, Tannen, or I guess soon to be ex best friend,
Yeah.
had bought in thousands and thousands of dollars worth of her jewelry, but Sky says that it was at retail price.
Or like what she got it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't at retail
It
price.
wasn't
Gave
at
her like a
retail.
huge discount, doing her a big favor kind of thing.
Yeah, so we decided to look up the website and see what is this jewelry, how much does it cost, and kind of just give you all the details. So I feel like it's kind of more fashion style jewelry. It's not
It's
like
definitely high end. It's
Yeah.
very high end.
yeah, like high end fashion and like kind of fun pieces, unique pieces. When you go over, let's just check out like necklaces. Okay, so you can get like a chain link choker necklace for $18,389.
So it's like some really high price stuff, which I was not expecting. I was expecting it to be like pretty nice, but I wasn't expecting it to be that high ticket stuff.
Yeah.
So if Tannen really has bought multiple pieces, even if it was at 50% discounts, which I doubt it was,
It's still
she's still
thousands
spending
of
tons of
dollars.
money on her business, like in
Right.
her business, and it makes the whole dog thing with the skincare line like that much more like that was a total like dig or like a weird thing.
I think kind of like what Reza was saying, like you always act like we're all beneath you.
Yeah.
Like that kind of vibe. And I think
Yeah.
for Tannen, it has been kind of an add up of situations and things that have happened over their, I think, 5-year friendship.
Yeah.
And as we've seen this last episode on the show, it really comes to a head with the jewelry situation and the dog
For sure.
skincare situation.
Yeah, from Tannen's perspective, it definitely seems like it's if you're friends with Sky, it always has to be like her way.
Yeah.
Anytime there's any sort of not necessarily conflict or just like disagreement or anything, like you always have to be the one to fold to keep the friendship going or whatever. Like there's
Right.
no give on her part.
Right. And one thing I find really interesting about her jewelry line is that everything is made to order 2 to 4 weeks. So it's not like she has anything in stock that will ship out within the week. It is, she gets an order in and then she goes and asks someone to make whatever stock photo she has of the piece.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense from like a business perspective of like,
Yeah.
because with how expensive everything was, if she was going to keep inventory of even 10 items,
It'd be
10 of each item, that's
Yeah.
like millions of dollars of inventory, like
Right.
very quickly. And so you just wonder, is it like they have all the raw materials and it is like legit her shop and her team that does make it when it's made to order? Because that would still make sense of like, we just keep the raw materials and we don't make it into anything until somebody buys it, but they have all of the raw materials sitting in the store. Or is it totally like she has a deal with somebody else who has the raw materials and makes it, and she's basically kind of like just getting it and
middleman.
flipping it? It's almost like
Yeah.
print on demand, but just
Yeah.
very high ticket.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that's kind of what she's doing. She has someone who has all of this stuff, and they probably do this for a lot of jewelry lines.
Yeah.
And they have different levels, like the cheaper jewelry lines, the mid grade, the high end.
Yeah.
And then once an order comes in, they pay the wholesale price.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, they flip it.
Exactly. And so she's definitely trying to position as like a very high end brand. Which,
I mean, these are like prices larger than Cartier's on some of them, or
Yeah, some
similar
really-
prices as
really
Cartier,
high-ticket stuff.
but without the like big brand
without the
label.
huge brand awareness and
Yeah.
history of Cartier. Like
And,
people
like-
will pay that much for Cartier because
'Cause
it's been a luxury brand forever.
Yeah,
that
and
has
like
huge
Van
history.
Cleef
Yeah,
and
you know.
Dior and just like all of those other lines. Like you can get, what were these earrings? These earrings are $28,359.
There's some
And they're like
fancy earrings.
dangly, three dangles of like really small diamonds. They're
Yeah.
really elegant and beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but the price is just
The
crazy.
price is huge, you know?
I just can't get over it. So yeah, the earrings are, tens of thousands of dollars. Let's see if we can do like cheapest.
Like, yeah, what's the cheapest
Cheapest,
thing she'll sell you?
yeah.
But it's
There's
also
no
interesting
filter,
with
so you
like
can't filter it.
with how high ticket it all is, and it's obviously is like very luxury that
Yeah.
Gigi's ring getting repaired
It makes it look
was
so
so
sus.
like yeah, was like not good quality. Like with how the ring thing got repaired, I was expecting the prices to be like, oh, like they had maybe a couple things that were crazy expensive, but a
Right.
lot of it was like more reasonable, but
Uh-huh.
not like knowing now that like the cheapest thing is like 14 grand. It's like, why was that repair job so whack and
It
weird
was
looking, you know?
done very poorly, and it took a year and a half for her to get it back.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So the cheapest earrings are a small hoop eternity earrings. So they have like little tiny diamonds all the way around. And it's
There you go.
$3,979. So
Boom.
that's the cheapest earring that she has. But yeah, she has bracelets, the body and hand chains, the rings. I'm assuming everything that she wears is her jewelry line, like
I
on
would
the show,
hope, like,
you know?
and especially with sort of how it's positioned, you would really hope she would be wearing her own stuff. But sometimes, like, the housewives, like, don't, or she's not a housewife, but they, like,
Yeah.
won't do that, Like, it's like
Yeah.
a weird thing. Like,
It is interesting. And I think there's no storefront, but she does those little pop up luncheons and pop up
mm-hmm.
things, kind of how we saw on the show, where she has like friends
Yeah,
and
that would be
family
interesting.
come
Yeah.
in and she has her jewelry
Does a little
there.
pop-up store, like at an event kind of thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, like, jewelry store, kind of
I
like what you
don't
see,
think
like a Diamonds
so.
Direct or something kind of thing. Like,
Yeah. I don't think she does. It's very interesting. So it's like, is it kind of more just like a hobby, or does it really actually make money?
well, with how high ticket it is, like, and I'm sure the margin is also really high, she can spend a ton to acquire a customer. Like, if you're selling really cheap stuff, like you have to get a new person with just $10, but she's selling something for 24 grand. She could spend $10,000 finding the person who's going to buy it and
Yeah.
still probably make money selling it to them,
Yeah. Very true. Very true. I mean,
So
there's
I bet it,
apparently a market
but I
for
bet
it.
it's hard to move it because, and again, the longer she does it, the easier it'll be because it really is just competing on brand essentially,
Yeah.
And so I don't know
Yeah.
how many people would be like, oh, well, I spend it here, well, I go get a Cartier or something, or just some
Yeah.
other brand,
That everyone would
Bookery or whatever,
know.
kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like,
Well, and it makes me think, like, did she want to get on this show because she wants to kind of broaden her jewelry line and possibly divorce Bombshot, because they have
probably,
been
probably that's probably her whole plan. She's gonna leave Bomb Shot in the valley.
yeah.
She's gonna sling way more of this from the like
The
awareness.
show, yeah. And there is a 20-year age difference. So right now she is, I believe, 44.
Yeah,
And
something
so
like
he's
that.
64. And they have 10-year-old twins, and they've been married for 17 years.
Yeah.
So they got married when she was in her late 20s.
And I bet at the time what he was providing was like more than enough for her at that time,
Yeah.
But then she gets used to it, wants more and more. And now she's like, she seems so over him and is like, I need to sell more jewelry and lose this guy.
I know. I really feel like we're going to be hearing that they eventually get a divorce, because it's
Yeah.
just the communication or lack thereof that I don't know how long she can go on.
She just seems like she doesn't like him at all.
Yeah, she complains about
know?
him left and right, about his snoring. She's moved out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
Then this last episode, when he wouldn't stick up for her, when everyone was yelling at her at the table about her being very snobby.
Which she was. That's what you feel bad for Bombshot, because he is in a rock and a hard place of like,
Yeah.
she obviously is gonna want him to stick up for her, but everything she's being criticized for is true. Like, and she is crapping all over the valley. He likes the valley and wants
Yeah.
to stay there. So it's like
He has
it's
best
just-
friends that
she's
live
publicly
there.
crapping all over him too.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why don't you defend me crapping all over everyone? It's like, what is there to defend in this?
Yeah. And
But
he even said right now is not a good time to move. Like, we financially cannot move to a nicer zip code with a larger home right what
we're
we
not moving
have
to
right
Beverly
now
Hills,
is good enough. And she just doesn't seem to like hear that at all. And she's like, no, no, Reza, keep looking for a home for us because we want to move. And so we
Yeah.
looked it up, and she still is in the valley. To
Yeah.
this day, there has not been any move. So I'm sure she is still bitter as can
Oh, and
be.
I'm sure she's still pushing it super hard
Oh,
too,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, even though it's obviously not going to happen, it's just going to cause more problems. She's just like pushing
Right.
it anyways,
Well, the thing that drives me crazy is like her home is big, beautiful, like the
Yes.
decor, the design, the furniture. You know that all of that. It's not
Yeah.
IKEA, like,
And the
girl,
valley
you
is
got it
nice. Like
made.
it's just like,
Yeah, the valley is nice. Oh, and then she went and ate at the
oh
restaurant
my gosh,
with Reza,
yes.
the new Reza. And he ordered steak and he goes, are you going to eat some? And I don't know what language she speaks, but in a different language, she said, not from here. As it was so beneath her. And it's a nice
Yeah.
restaurant. The steak looked
She's
great.
acting like he's like trying to feed her street food in some foreign country, kind
yeah,
of
it's
thing. It's
just
like
like,
she's so snobby and stuck up,
yeah.
and then is like, I'm not snobby at all. Like, but it's just
The lack of
crazy.
self-reflection,
Yes.
it's just
Like there's none.
and that's why Bombshot didn't stand up for her. And then he got in trouble with her, and then he went to the guys' night and he is in trouble with the guys,
Yeah.
and then he's like, guys, I'm in a lose-lose right now because y'all are unhappy. She's unhappy. She like is
Yeah.
hating on me right now. And I agree. Like, I get why he shuts down.
For sure. I think Greg had like what he said was right of like, because he couldn't defend her, but he was like, he should have told her to like, hey, this is too much. You need to stop.
Yeah.
And he's not defending her or anything, but he's just like, this needs to stop.
Yeah, like, hey guys, let's stop. I agree.
And to her, like, Sky, you need no, like this
on
is
both
obviously
sides.
not good.
Yeah, both sides. I guess that is the way that he
Like that's
could
what
have
he could have
stepped in.
done, where it
Yeah.
wasn't like,
I
because
mean, Greg did like put her in her place, but rightfully so. And then Gigi took it up a notch with just standing up,
she always
going right
does.
next to her, like kind of chest bumping her up,
yes.
like
she like loves physical intimidation.
yes, yes.
Because she's like literally like the
So
little man
small.
syndrome,
So I get that it was a big night for Sky, but she did do it to herself by all of those awful comments about a very nice multi-million-dollar neighborhood
And,
that
like,
she lives in.
And Greg and Bombshot are friends, and Greg's like, I grew up in the valley, I love the valley, I want to stay in the valley. And it's even worse for Bombshot because Greg was kind of like standing up for Tannen or Tanim, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Bombshot's like totally silent. So it's like,
I bet that really
you
pissed
feel
her
bad
off.
for him,
because Tannen is her new ex-best friend.
Yeah.
So I bet watching her best friend being supported by her husband and then Bombshot just being literally silent was definitely probably pissing her off.
That was brought up later.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And so she does have a fallout, with Reza Farah, and he puts
everyone basically.
Yeah, he puts her in her place too, saying, "Don't you forget that you were a waitress."
Yeah, like you're acting like you were some crazy trust fund princess. You can't even be in the valley or eat at a restaurant there because it's so beneath you. He's like, you were like, what? Like, who is this person?
I know. And if she was just like flowing in cash, as she kind of thinks she is, wouldn't she have more inventory in stock for her jewelry line? And actually have things like that could ship out within the week, and like have like a brick and mortar, because those people usually like the showiness of everything. Like, look what I have.
That is a big
I have
part,
a store. Like, how many housewives have we seen open up a boutique
for the season and then it's shut down forever? No one knows where it went after.
Yeah, like Sutton's.
Yeah, like all of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like you would think that she would be like, well, I have a jewelry store.
Well, that's what it'd be
stuff.
curious if it's like how much comes from that and how much comes from Bombshot's like architecting stuff, and is it like, because it is a thing, and with how high price it is and the margins, like I would hope she's not losing money, even if she sells one thing, you know. But
Yeah.
if she's only selling one thing, it's like that's not going to support their lifestyle.
What if
You
Tannen's her
know?
only client?
Yeah, you know, kind of thing. Like exactly, like it is
You
legit,
know?
and it is like making
just-
money, but it like barely makes anything.
Yeah,
kind of,
she
you
just
know?
bullies her friends and family into buying it all. They're like,
Yeah.
no, there's Sky. She's gonna harass us into spending thousands of dollars into.
Yeah.
I bet that's
like
kind
why
of how
couldn't
it
have you done
goes.
jewelry like Kendra Scott or something where it's
Yeah.
like
It's
affordable?
like $60 for an earring, you
Yeah.
know. Oh my gosh.
But it'll be interesting to see like how the rest of the season unfolds for her, and if there's like any repair, or if it's kind of like a one and done. She's coming in hot, but then just burns every bridge and is like,
Well, so her husband says she holds major grudges, and that won't work in reality TV because it's all
No.
about the meeting and greeting, the blow up, like getting back together. That's like
Yeah.
the big thing, is getting back together and showing like reconciliation.
you need the full circle moment.
Yeah, for
you
it to
know?
be successful and for it to work and for viewers to
Enjoy
want to
watching
watch
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's when it gets too much of a blow up of someone's life that it's like, ooh, this is
Like, this is
a
too
little
much.
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And so she right now is completely alienating herself from the
Yeah.
cast, not responding to texts, not responding to like anyone but Reza, the new Reza, you know.
the one who she had the meal with.
Yeah, and I can't imagine this next episode when we see them go to lunch.
The surprise
and
meeting.
Tannen
Yeah.
surprises them, and she's like, "Oh my God, why is she here?" It's like, well, didn't you want Tannen to say I'm sorry? So why wouldn't you want her to be there to
That's what it's
clear
gonna.
things up?
That's what I could see it like not getting made better, because they're both taking that position of like, you need to be the one to say sorry. And Tannen's already mentioned that Sky never is that person. So why is she going to be now? And Tannen's like, I'm not folding this time. Like, I'm always that person, but this time, no. Like, you know,
Standing on business.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that lunch, if he didn't tell both of them neither was coming, or if Tannen knew Sky was coming, or if it was like a blind side on both. You know?
I know. It's going to be interesting. And, you know, sometimes when those best friends come on a show together, they almost immediately fall apart that first season.
For sure. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like if they
Like, you
come on
can't-
together, they totally break down, or one is only bringing them on to throw them away.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's so weird.
Like for some reason, them two can't coexist kind of on equal
think it's-
levels. It's always one having to be a little bit more up than the other.
And it's usually the one who's there. And it's like, I feel like they bring them on and they get a little egotistical and think like, you should be kissing my feet because I brought you on this show.
Right.
And the person's always like, well, the whole point of the show is strong personalities and we get ourselves where we are. So no, I'm not going to. And they feel like
Right.
now you're like disrespecting me. I got you this show.
right.
And you,
Yeah, they claim it.
yeah,
They're like, it's mine,
this
and
was
I
all
shared
from
it with
me.
you.
Yes, and you weren't like thankful enough. Like
Yeah.
they get like bitter with them because they're not like.
It's like a territory feud.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, well, you gotta love reality TV, right? They're all very unhinged at one moment or the other.
Very.
Well, like and subscribe for more, and let us know your thoughts in the comments.